Good morning. How you doing today? Good to talk to you. I just wanted to let you know that on July 10th and 11th, we're going to run a series of webinars, two webinars, one each day, half an hour each. And we're going to talk about scaling of a business. Now, we're not going to talk about it from the perspective of business plans and cash flow and funding and those things. We're going to talk about it from the perspective of employees and what happens to employees during the scaling process. And it's important that every business leader and business owner is aware of this because it's very subtle. Things that can happen are quite subtle. And let me just describe the results of the subtlety. When business first gets started, an owner hires some people, one, then another one, then another one, and they work side by side and they accomplish the objectives of the business and the business grows and more employees are added. But those employees are added and hired by the owner. Okay. And for the most part, there's usually about 100% engagement with those folks because it's a great team that works together. And people do like teamwork. All right, let's fast forward to the other end of the point I want to make here. The Gallup organization produces a report every single year that talks about the condition of the workforce. And over the 30 years they produced this number, for the most part, they reported a statistic that said that 85% of employees are not fully engaged in their work. This year they turned it around a little bit, made it a more positive statement, but the issue's still there. Now they said that for this past year in the United States, 23% of employees are engaged in their work. So they didn't say fully engaged at 85% not fully engaged. It's 23% engaged. Okay, that's fine. That means 77% are not. And we find out over time that the more disengaged employees become, it hurts the results of the business. On this, there's no question. So we're going to talk about what happens between the 100% on the front end and the 23% on average on the current end. This is avoidable. Business owners can avoid this issue if they know upfront what can happen. If a business is in the process of scaling, which most are, and when we go through this webinar and you see what's happening, you can recover. It's recoverable. If you're in an organization the size of the one that I grew up in at UPS, which now has 500,000 employees, you can impact that group as well. I know that because I did while I was there. So that's a little bit of history. Now, over the next 3 days, I'm going to post an email or posting in different social media platforms that will dig a little bit deeper into this to line up and prepare for July 10th and 11th. So watch out for those. Take your few minutes to read them and see if what you read over the next 3 days speaks to you. Because if it sounds like someplace you are, you'll know it because you're perceptive. So with that, I look forward to meeting you on July 10th and 11th, and I'll post more information over the next 3 days. Have a wonderful day. Nice to talk to you.